the developments around Oando and even what we've seen, the changes in SEC Nigeria,
Yes.
what is your take on this whole development?
Well, it's unfortunate that, the DG, substantive DG was suspended 6 months ago or thereabout, and in view of things happening, developing in the market, or some of the fraction him has committed, the minister didn't fit to accept him aside and appointed Dr. Abdul Zubaru, which since he took over have been doing a good job. At least confidence has been restored in a lot of things in the past that seems to be compromised have been doing a human job. And we believe that, many of us have expected after he confirmed to become a substantive DG. That's all of us are hoping for. The government to do the needful. But unfortunate, SEC as we speak today have no board. The last chairman of the board of SEC was Dr. Peter Obi, the former Anambra State governor, appointed only 1 month in office. The new incoming government took over and the man was removed. And up to now, government have not deemed it fit to reconstitute the board of SEC. It's very sad. A capital market does also contribute. If our capital market is not getting right, why do we talk about economic growth? That means the government, government have no interest in developing the economy and the capital market. The economy cannot develop without the capital market. The two goes together. And that's what's happening in America today. The American capital market is growing. Everybody, is contributing its GDP to the growth of the American economy. It's very unfortunate that our government does not take seriousness in developing the capital market. They come to raise bond in the same capital market to finance deficit budget, They want to do things, they come to the market to raise bond, to raise money. Why should the government not, put this market? So whatever happened, whether Oando lead to it, I think the lifting of suspension of technical suspension in Oando is the best thing that happened to investors. Because all over, there's nothing like technical suspension. It don't suspend an equity indefinite. 6 months, 7 months. It don't do that. It's only in this part of the world. It is called Africa, Nigeria. Even in South Africa, it don't suspend. It don't put anything technical. When you suspend an equity from being traded, if there's an issue, it can't take longer than 3 days or a week thereabout to allow the market to stabilize. Okay? So the fear was the price is going to crash to the zero. That, people will not flip the shares or people will hijack it, But since the lifting of this suspension, you can show Oando have been gaining 10% thereabout, almost 20% garnered since we lifted, So a lot of people is not even demand supplying. Supplying outweigh demand. Demand is higher, but not sufficient supplier. That means people still have confidence in the company. No matter comes what, people have confidence in the oil company. So if the suspension have been lifted, it's for the best interest of the market. And all of us supported it, Why forensic audit continues? Why they're investigating whatever happened in Oando. It has nothing to do with the suspension. Suspension cannot, hinder you. You should not investigate whatever have taken place in Oando. Where the suspension are lifted and the people can trade on equity, you continue to do your investigation. That will not hinder you not to investigate. So I think the man did very well by lifting that suspension. You can see the price upward. So the fears have been dashed, The price is moving higher. So, and that is the wish of the shareholders. Because why you remain on suspension does not pay us. We're the one bearing the brunt. Okay? Either you sell to make your money than waiting for dividend. That's what people buy in the market. So I commend the SEC of the present leadership are doing very well. So if the man, I thank God, is still there as a commissioner, the reason is have been removed or have been retired, The person that appointed now, Mary Udok, is also, they have been working together. SEC is a teamwork. They have been working together. But what ministry has succeeded to create friction? Okay? Because if the man is the most senior, how do we now reverse him as a commissioner and bring somebody to, So these are conflicting government interference. So the minister must get her act together. This frequent interference in the market will destroy the market. Will erode the confidence of the investors. Because capital market is a parameter to join the economic growth, So our government must put the act together. The government of the day must reconstitute the board of SEC as a matter of urgency. We challenge them to reconstitute the board. Why should the government, after 3 years, we can't see the board put in place? And these are people who help you to elected as the president. So it should constitute the board. and patronize your people who helped you to be in governments. That's all government is all about. Why should they foot dragging in constituting the second board? They're not helping matter. And that is why this minister interference all over and over. So the minister must be called to order. All this interference send a wrong signal to the investors, either locally or foreigners. So the SEC must remain consistent. The man have done a good job. So far, so good. And I believe whoever is succeeding him now as acting DG, but this acting, we must remove that word acting. Let us begin to, if this man have been removed, so be it. Let us appoint a substantive DG to take the market, and we should not look elsewhere. Internally, they have all the techs. SEC, they are most qualified person in SEC, and that's why we've seen SEC have been doing very well of recent, since the man have been suspended. The acting DG have done very well. In the few months he have stayed in office, he has able to pilot the affairs of SEC and restore confidence, which have been lacking in the market, Issues have been compromised in the past. This man have writing the record straight, and want to see the SEC of dinosaur of years and years. And that's what the man have tried to build the confidence that, look, it is no nonsense. Because when SEC speaks, it's authority, people have to respect. The operator have to sit up, But in the past, we have not been seeing that, where regulator be compromising with operators. And the things goes wrong. So they must get their act together, And I believe that as a team, they have constituted, the commissioners that are appointed will work as cohesive team, to lift SEC up, And that's my take on that, Too much interference is not good for the market.
What happened is the wrong way to run the capital markets. And what we looked into was a specific item about an alleged crisis between, and that's what we looked into. But I think we will look further than that very soon. We'll see, apart from the specific, what are the things that led to the dose build-up. So what has happened now of recent just further expose the fact that those who should know don't know that capital market thrives on perception. And for whatever it is, you sacrifice your pride and ego for the sake of the market. And I stand here with all sense of responsibility that the parliament so far has shown that sense of consciousness, knowing that the market thrives on perception, and we've taken make every effort to avoid those issues that are sending a signal. So I use this opportunity to extend the same kind of advice to the executive, that the fact that you've been given the mandate or the privilege to manage our economy does not mean that you shouldn't think of the consequences of your action to the people. So businesses thrive on such action, and businesses can be killed by those actions. And one wrong perception can lead to the death of several business enterprises, and by implication, colossal loss to men and women. So I am appalled as a person, but that is not the House position yet until the resolution of the House is taken.